All right, so I had a pretty volume intensive session on deadlifts yesterday, and the hamstrings are feeling it. So I worked up to a 3x10 with 225 pounds, which is nothing insanely heavy, but I haven't really deadlifted in a while. And so yesterday I was like, hey, let's see what some volume will do. If you hear that, that's my little sister inside playing. But I was like, let's see what some volume will do to a feller. And my entire core is sore. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the intercostal muscles, but it's basically like muscles like between the ribs and just outside the rib cage and just on the inside of the rib cage. Those are pretty sore on me right now. Typically, whenever I feel like the intercostal muscles getting sore, it was during track season after a very hard track session. The entire inside of my chest would be sore. If you take a big deep breath, you could feel it, on the entire wall of your chest. And that's because, your chest was having to, contract and expand, get the air in during a 400-meter sprint. But as for the deadlifting, I've got a lot of pain, underneath my lats. The lats aren't sore. I can stick my knuckles in them and there's really no pain there. But underneath them, against the ribs, there's some pretty good soreness, back in there that I can't quite get to. It may be just underneath the ribs. So, the entire trunk and core and intercostal muscles are pretty sore. The hamstrings are toasted. I know that tomorrow is probably going to be a lot worse than today has been. But I'm going to take this for a set of 10. Got some trap soreness as well. I can feel that right now. Some slight erector soreness as well, nothing too bad. I've been having to lift heavy and stuff all day at work today, picking up rolls of wire and whatnot. But I can stick my knuckles into my lats and not feel any pain. But when I take a deep breath like that, everything kind of pushes up against the inside of the rib cage. That's when I feel some soreness back there. So that's nothing new to me. I've been there before a time or two. But hamstrings are feeling it and whatnot. But I reckon that's it for the session today. I've got to go in and cut up some steaks for my lunch next week. I've got to wake up early in the morning. So tomorrow is Saturday. I've got to wake up early in the morning and try to get in a run at some point. I've got 4 miles to run tomorrow at the minimum. Got to go to the store and buy some marinade for these steaks. I've got to do all this early. Try to let them marinate for a few hours. Then I'll probably try to grill around 10 or 11 o'clock and then go head out and climb up in the deer stand about 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. We're getting a lot of rain right now. I'm hoping that the rain will be cleared out by tomorrow afternoon. But even if it's not, I think I'm going to go sit. Just because I've got some pretty decent deer coming in, and getting a little wet through a hunt would be worth it. So that being said, I'll catch y'all tomorrow.